Pronounced, defined, used in lexical dispatch.
Chaste, adjective, chastely, chasteness, not having had sex, pure, simple and plain in style, modest, clean. Palatial, adjective, palatially, like a palace, very large and beautiful. Therefore, we should be encouraging men and women to be chaste prior to marriage. Fathers telling daughters to remain virgins, husbands telling wives to remain chaste, all the while philandering around town. He'd spend a perfectly chaste night with a stranger for nothing. Be thou as chaste as ice, as pure as snow, thou shalt not escape calumny. Hence pristine nature, chaste romantic love, and nostalgia set the parameters for any reading of Maria. We affirm that chaste living necessarily requires abstinence from all sexual intimacy outside of marriage. It is impossible not to be struck by the chaste beauty, the mingled simplicity and art of this composition. This attitude was taught to children from a young age. Young Irish girls were taught to be chaste, obedient, respectable, and docile. The best way to prepare for a lifelong marriage is date prudently, remain chaste before marriage, and maintain strong platonic friendships. To the contrary, these characters were generally highly sympathetic and chaste, bordering at times on the saintly. Physically, they never progress beyond hand-holding and a few chaste kisses, but the charge those acts carry is palpable. Manuela is about to become a mother, and her eyes are chastely fixed on the earth, on the promise of that fertility. Thus, to maintain men's self-esteem in this setting, women must be willing to behave chastely and modestly. These are the women we would choose for a wife because we know they can wait with patience and that they are decent, moral, and capable of chasteness and fidelity. He would live in a ruined mud house that must have once been palatial, for he had a royal lineage. The palatial white houses come halfway up the mountainside, beginning at the edge of the glassy bay. He bought about 1,400 acres of land in the state and built a palatial mansion where he entertained foreign dignitaries until 1822. The palatial house was filled with paintings and sculpture by such luminaries as David, Canova, Rubens, and Titian. While some will be turned off by its palatial dimensions, others will swoon with delight. I fall into the latter category. The palatial residence erupted with metal screeches and shattering porcelain. The tomb is located in a palatial complex high above the central part of the ancient city, next to a spectacular stuccoed pyramid that would have been visible for miles around. One now understood better why he regularly rented palatial office space he could not afford, and why his wife hid the checkbook. Mercenary missionaries who live in luxury and ease with all the adjuncts of civilization and access for travel to a palatially fitted auxiliary sailing vessel represent the decadence of civilization and are depicted as the real primitives. Way up in New York City's Washington Heights stands the most palatial, prestigious, exclusive and obscure clubhouse in America.